Real hot girl shit.
Going on, YouTube family. I'm back again. Same shirt. We just giving you straight stories back to back. It's Delima. So, we're going to talk about my next guest because this was back to back. We're going to call my next guest Nicki Minaj. I don't got no issue with Nicki. I don't. I love her music, you know. But when it comes to other females in the industry, you know, she likes to step on them. But guess what, Nicki? You ain't stepping on me, baby. But but yeah, okay. So we had a guest standing there named Nicki Minaj. Nicki, you know, I wrote Nicki, you know, Nicki booked my house. And I told Nicki, you know, hey, what brings you to blah, 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 wherever the house is located. First time visiting, just wanted to experience where the house is, you know, the whole rundown. I said, okay, cool. Nicki Minaj it's just Nicki and Nicki's dog, Sir Arthur, you know, Nicki and Sir Arthur. Okay, so that's what I could see on the request, the itinerary, just Nicki and Sir Arthur. Cool, you know, I'm thinking like, all right, we just got Nicki and Sir Arthur, right? So I tells Nicki, hey, I ain't say hey, but you get it. I'm like, leading up to your day of arrival, either the day before or the day of, I will send you the codes to access the house. There are 2 codes, one to get the front door, one to get upstairs. Okay. Nicki's like, okay, cool. Now, leading to the day of, right? I send Nicki Minaj the codes. She has the codes. She's good. Like, I went change the codes. Nicki's got them. I think Nicki ended up messaging me because Nicki started ignoring my messages too, and that's when if I sense that you starting to ignore my messages, cool. So I tells Nicki about the water in there, and you know, like I said, if you need me, I'm available anytime. So Nicki was like, I won't be. She messages me and she says I won't be checking in until about 10 p.m. She said I'm hiking. She's hiking. And she doesn't have any service, so that's why she hasn't been responding to my messages. I said, it's fine. She said, do you mind if I come in at 10 p.m.? I said, I'm not funny about what time you come in. Even though check-in is at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., I'm not funny. As long as you let me know that you're getting in my house safe and sound, that's all that matters. Because I don't want no police calling me or no family calling me like, oh, this person was the last person to contact with you, blah, blah. No, whoa, hold on. Stop right there. So I'm telling Nicki, it's fine that you come in at 10 p.m. That's fine. I'm not sweating it. Just long as you get there and you tell me you made it there safe and sound. So Nicki turns around and she's like, oh, I'm going to add more stuff to the itinerary, so I definitely won't be there until 10 p.m. Cool. Like I said, let me know when you get there safe and sound. I don't care about you not making it at the time that you're supposed to make it, because you are not the first guest that did not make it to the time that you're supposed to check in. I have guests that were supposed to check in at 3 p.m., between 5 p.m., and they didn't get there till 1 a.m. If you're cool with that, I'm fine. Just let me know you made it there. I don't care how did you get there. I don't care if you got on the magic carpet. It's just as long as you told me you got there. So, okay, you know, I'm doing my little 1-2. So that was 6:39, right? Time done passed. I'm already in the bed before 10, sis. Nicki, I don't know what you got going on, baby, but guess what? My concert is in the bed. My concert is in the bed, sweetie. So, I'm asleep at this point. 10 didn't pass, 11 didn't pass. I'm asleep. My phone wakes me up at 1:27 in the morning. That is past business hours, you know? But I don't care. I'm going to still wake up because you never know if somebody booking at that time. Because I've had people in other countries book that late. And I either usually get back to them that night. It depends on how deep I'm sleeping. I can hear it. Sometimes I can't. So, Nicki texts me at 1:27 in the morning. And Nicki's like, oh, we checked into a hotel because the neighborhood doesn't make us feel safe, or the apartment. So, I put my little, you know, professional tie on, wakes up. I text Nicki with one eye. I'm like, I apologize. Let me show you. I said, I apologize that the neighborhood didn't make you feel safe. But you have a nice, safe rest of your trip. That was it. Because my house is non-refundable. Strict or non-refundable. What does that mean? You don't get your money back. Say it with me. You don't get your money back. Okay? Because this is my thing. You pulled up. Nicki Minaj pulls up to my house, okay? She pulled up. I ran my cameras back. Nicki Minaj pulled up at my house at 12:15. Checked in at 12:15. I seen her on the camera. She pulled up in a janky truck. She wasn't in a Rolls Royce. She was in a janky truck. And she had a person. There were no bags. There was no Sir, Prince, Sire, wherever the dog name, Sir, whatever I said the dog name was. There was no dog. Okay. They pulled up. Her and boyfriend, whatever Nicki boyfriend name is, husband. Nicki and husband, party of two. Got out the car, huddled at the driver's side. Went in the house. Got in the house super easily because I got cameras. Came back out by 12:29 a.m. Nicki didn't get back to me till 1:27 in the morning. Baby, you was already settled in wherever you was at. What's the problem? Like, I'm a little confused. What's the problem, Nicki? Ooh, it's bright. What's the problem, Nicki? So, I had to put on my professional cape again, call Airbnb to see if I could cancel the request. So, Nicki didn't say nothing about no refunds at that point at 1:27 in the morning. She didn't say nothing. She probably was asleep at that point. She was cozied up with the fake dog and husband, which is cool. Okay. I wakes up now, finally. It's, early in the morning. I wakes up. I get a message from Nicki Minaj. And she's like, hey, do you think we could get a partial request of $50? Or a partial refund of $50? No. You cannot. So, here it is, professionalism. I was like, hey, Nicki Minaj. As my policy states with my house, I do not do refunds. It is strict or non-refundable. You have no legit reason why you wanted a refund. I ain't saying no legit reason. But I said, no, it's strict or non-refundable. So I apologize, but I don't give refunds. So she turns around and she get out of, she getting out of character with me. Hold on, I was nice to you. I said, hey, Nicki, my policy says, I apologize that you don't feel safe with the neighborhood, but my policy says strict or non-refundable. I'm not giving you your money, sweetie. The house didn't blow up on you. You didn't lose your hair to the stove. Whatever. I'm not giving you your money. So she turns around and she threatens me. Nicki Minaj threatens me, yo. Like, Shorty was like, hey, look. She said, hey, look, I can give you a review or I could not give you a review. No, because it sounds like you on the spectrum of you're threatening me. Because you're not going to, because I'm going to tweak out on you. You're not going to say, hey, I could leave you a bad review. That's what she wanted to say, but she was trying to keep it cute in a way to where I don't tweak out on her. Why would you say, hey, I could leave you a review or I could not leave you a review? Then don't leave one. I never hounded you about a review, sweetie, so I really don't care about you not leaving a review. But you're really on the spectrum of threatening me with a bad review, which is funny because do what you got to do, baby. I'm not sweating it. So, back to my professionalism. I'm like, okay. So the rest of the message, she said, hey, I could leave you a review, I could not leave you a review. All I'm just asking for is a partial refund. The neighborhood wasn't deemed safe. So, okay, I said, okay. I'm still being professional at this point. I said, listen, you ain't the first person that left me a bad review, and you won't be the last one. So do what you got to do. If you feel like you want to kind of like threaten me, I said, don't threaten me. You're threatening me with a bad review, and that's gonna get you where you at with no money. you're not going to get no money back, because you don't threaten somebody and say, hey, I could leave a review, I could not. No, because you're basically saying I could leave you a bad review. You don't want to say it because you don't want to make it look like that you being a bitch, but you is. So, like I said, you ain't the first one, you ain't the last one. As you can see on my reviews, the same younger person of the same younger descent as you left a bad review. So I kindly told her, I said, that's y'all young people problem. I'm young myself. But I said, that's y'all young people problem. Y'all don't know nothing about business, and you think threatening me a review is going to make me move. It's not. It's not. I'm sorry, but it's not. I don't know if nobody else been experiencing this, but I've been experiencing some super weird guests. So the lady Nicki Minaj tells me, because like I said, at this point, it was just Nicki Minaj and Sir Sire the dog. The lady tells me that house is unsafe. She said the neighborhood is unsafe. Then she said the house is unsafe. She says, I had to get somebody to escort me to the house. Because I said, where's your dog? I said, if you really want to get technical, Miss Lady, if you really want to get technical, right? You didn't have no bags. There was no dog. So I said, you had an unauthorized guest staying at my house, sweetie. So why would I give you a refund when you had an unauthorized guest staying at my house? What would be my point? I'm not refunding you because you tried to cheat the system and not pay for this extra person. So I said, you think I can't see that? I said, why would I put my house in an unsafe neighborhood? Why would I put my guests in harm's way? First of all, somebody was already staying downstairs at that house. Somebody was already down there sleeping. You probably woke them up when you came in the house making all this noise, turning all these lights on. So I said, you're not unsafe. There's somebody staying at that house right now as we speak. I would never put a house in a neighborhood that's not unsafe. Airbnb wouldn't even allow me. The city wouldn't even allow me. So I said, you just full of it. I said, the problem is you think I couldn't see what you was doing. I said, if you really want to break it down, you came to my house at 12:15 in the morning. You clocked back out at 12:29 in the morning. You didn't have no bag. I said, so between 6:39 p.m. and 6:39 p.m. and 1:27 a.m., you already made your mind up that you didn't want to stay here. So you're not going to tell me from when you first touched down to where the house is located at all the way up until 1:27. You're not telling me you just found some random stranger and you wanted them to escort you, because I would be more scared at night with a person with a dog than I would be with a person with a person. Because that dog can attack you at any given time. You don't know how people might got their dog trained to attack you. A person, it's like a 50-50. You don't really know if that person got a weapon on them or what. But if you was indicating that you was scared of the neighborhood, you couldn't have no weapons on you. So, which I'm confused. You let a random stranger escort you to a house. You let this random stranger in my house with my other guest. Where that makes sense at? So I kindly told this nice lady, Nicki Minaj, I'm done doing the back and forth with you. It's no point. You're not getting your money. You had an unauthorized guest in my house, okay? You don't make no sense. Nothing you saying is making sense. You saying the neighborhood isn't safe. You saying the house wasn't safe. You saying you needed somebody to escort you. I said, where was your dog? Oh, my dog was in a safe place. Well, you need to go there too. It was no point in you coming here, because you came here because you and your guests that you didn't authorize or ask to stay, that wasn't on the list, y'all probably came together and you didn't want to pay for them because it was too much. So I told the lady, listen, I thought she paid $127. The lady, Nicki Minaj, actually paid $177. She stayed for one night. She was upset. I don't care if you're upset, though, because you wanted to lollygag and be outside hiking all day long. That's not my fault that you wasted one day. You wasn't even going to be in the house for one day. What was really going to happen was you just needed a place to sleep until you leave the next day. You weren't never going to check in hours. You just wanted to go to sleep there. But obviously you and husband, whatever husband name is, Nikki, y'all found somewhere else to go. And the neighbor had nothing to do with it. Because you seen one house fire, you wanted to say that the house was unsafe. That fire ain't doing nothing to you. That fire been happening in June and it's September. That makes no sense. So I told Nikki, I'm not arguing with you back and forth, sweetie. I'm not. End of discussion. I'm going to live my life, go do what I'm doing, over here. The lady writes me back. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. You didn't checked out yesterday. It's 10 o'clock the next day. And she's like, seriously? You can't refund me $50? You didn't even have to clean the place. You seen my messages, right? I just told you nicely, lady. I told this lady, I'm not writing you back. This is my last message. You have a nice day. I'm not doing the back and forth with you. You got caught. You didn't know I had security cameras in my house. I seen the extra person. So because I didn't give her her money back, right, after the first message, nice little lady, Nicki Minaj, sends a request for $147. Now, like I said, she spent $177. Airbnb gets a cut. I only get $147. I thought it was $127, but I was obviously glancing at it. Didn't really care to look at it because it was one day. So I told the lady, you only spent $127. She said, oh, it was $147. No, she was like, it was $177. So she turned around and requested $147, the amount that was paid to me. No, this is my thing, though. Airbnb is a big business. You nice people are not going after Airbnb for that little bit of money that they not giving you that money back. It's like a hotel. If a hotel is not a refund, you're not going after the hotel to get your money back. So why are you disrespecting me? What's your issue with me? I said, ma'am, I went out my way to clean the house up to make sure the house was good for you. Then now she was saying, oh, it was spider webs in the house and the house was unsafe. In the request, she said nothing about, it's a request for a refund. In the request, she sent 5 pictures of the house. None of these pictures had nothing to do with where you lay your head. Because why? The house is a duplex house. So there's a hallway that is shared in between the houses. I can be honest with you because this is how the house came. The hallway walking up the stairs to get to the apartment that she was staying at has 1 square missing. It's been like that. I've had 1,000,001 people staying at my house for these last 2 months, and nobody's been bothered by this 1 random square missing. The reason why I'm not getting this 1 random square missing is because I already got a contractor in there. He said you can't just put 1 random square up there because the ceiling thing, it's like a bunch of tiles together. It's not just one random tile just put up there. It's like a whole piece. But I'm not educated on that part. I'm not about to sit there and explain that. So just leave it like that. He's just gonna cost money. And the ceiling is high. So somebody's gonna need a bunch of ladders. And how you gonna put ladders over the stairs just to get to that one tile? Then she was talking about my door. So we're gonna show the door, right? You see the corners of the door right there? You see the corner where the wall and the door meet? So, right in the corner, there were like marked, like holes in it. Not big holes, little drill holes. Like somebody had drilled something, had something up there at a point in time that they took down on the door. There's nothing wrong with these doors. Yeah, come on. It was just literally tiny little holes as if they were screw holes in the corner at the top of the door where the door and the wall meet. It's not bothering you. You're not Andre the Giant. You're not James and the Giant Peach or whatever. You're not tall. Like, that's not affecting you. So then she takes a picture of the bedroom in the room. It's dark. Who are you fooling? You didn't take a picture of the rest of the house. I thoroughly cleaned my entire houses. And when I say thoroughly clean, if I see spider webs in the house, I'm wiping them down before I sweep and mop the house. I'm wiping everything down with the mop. I'm taking my washcloth, getting up there with the ladder, wiping everything down. Now, if Charlotte Webb decides to reform a web after I leave in parts of the house, that has nothing to do with it. I did clean up. I always clean up. I cleaned the top porch outside because there's spider webs out there. If they decide to come, they decide to come. There's nothing I could do about it. So she takes a picture of this dark room. The bed's made up. It's just a bed and a fan in there. There's no TV. She takes a picture of the part of my room, the room, where it looked like it's supposed to be a TV there. It's a rug. It's hard to explain. I could put pictures up, but it's really no point. So I'm like, I respond back to the request because once you send alteration requests, I don't think people know that When you send, the refund request, you're sending it to the host. So when the host sees it, I could see the 5 pictures and I could see why you're saying. So she tried to say I had pest problems. So the pest problems was the spiders. You just went hiking. You're not scared of spiders, sweetie. Let's be for real. Now I gotta talk to you ghetto. I literally told her, let's be for real. You're not scared of spiders. You probably got spiders at your house too, sweetie. You probably got spiders in your car, because I do. You probably got spiders on your front porch, because I do. I do. I got spiders in my shed. Spiders sneak through anywhere. It's no argument. Talking about I got electrical problems. Girl, I ain't got no electrical problems. You want to know why? You want to know why I don't have electrical problems? Because I just got electrical work done in that house prior to me buying the house. I probably spent a total of $8,000 to $10,000 on electrical work in this house. The first job started at $7,000. So if I spent all that money and I got electrical work, we got a problem. Just say it was dark in there because you came at 1 in the morning or 12 in the morning, and I didn't leave the lights on for you. For what? Because I expect you to come in the house at a decent time. You got a phone light like you use your phone light. It ain't my fault that you don't know where the switches is in the house. The switch was behind the door. So she must have thought the switch to the room was outside the room, but it wasn't. It was behind the door. House is weird, but that doesn't deem it as unsafe. You crying about 1 square tile. The square tile was in the hall. It wasn't inside the apartment. It was outside the door, outside the apartment. It's not affecting you. There's no leakage on the roof because I just got the roof done in April. There's nothing wrong with this house. I'm sorry it's not the Hilton Inn, the Hamilton Inn, Motel 6. I'm sorry. This is an Airbnb house in a city that's trying to rebuild itself. I don't know what y'all people want me to do. But guess what? I sent Shorty a request back and I told her in those pictures. You're just making up an excuse as to why you want your money back. Not happening. Have a good day. Decline. I didn't give her nothing. So she turns around at 2 in the afternoon and she's like, oh, seriously? You really can't give us our $50 back? Who is us? Because your request said you and a dog, Nikki. You really can't give us our money back? Well, we just want our money back and we'll be on our way. Oh, no, you just threatened me. You threatened me with a bad review. Then you sent all these bogus pictures. And while you want your money back, you said my house was unsafe. And then you didn't even tell me you had an extra guest. You don't get no money, Nikki. Have a nice day. But this is why I want y'all to know about what type of people that I'm encountering as far as like the guests. And before you get in here, this is what you're going to experience. I don't know if anybody else is not going to tell you about the good, bad, and the ugly, but I'm going to tell you about the ugly before I tell you about the good, because there's not going to be good all the time. There's always going to be ugly before there's good. And the crazy...
So indecisive, you can cuff me, but I'm wifey. I just want a nigga who gon' slurp me like a icy. Bitches bite me so hard, had